Hey everyone, and welcome to Calmwithin. I'm Tanvi, and this episode is really close to my heart. As 2024 is about to end, I've been reflecting on what this year has meant for me, the growth, the struggles, and everything in between. Together, Jigisha and I are diving into lessons that we've learned in 2024 and reshaping them into 2025 to make it a more meaningful year. And we're skipping resolutions this year. And trust me, we've got a better way to approach growth.
And I'm Jigisha, and I'm actually personally really excited for this episode because I believe that reflecting for 2024 is going to help us all rebuild for 2025. And I also think that as much as it is important for us to make New Year's resolutions, I feel like we all struggle with actually maintaining them. That's why we wanted to come up with some unique and creative ideas so you can actually stick to these goals and maintain them every day and for 2025.
Now we're going to be reflecting 2024. Jigisha, what were some highs and lows for you this year?
Okay, so my highs were definitely spending time with my family and friends. I'm so glad that I made memories that I can cherish to this day. But I will say my lows were definitely times where I felt unsuccessful. I feel like a lot of us, what holds us back is the fear of failure. Whenever I was doing a task and I wasn't good at it, I would distract myself and not do the task completely because I would feel anxious because I knew I wasn't really that good at the task. But this year, I really want to avoid that because these tasks need to get done. And I really want to be more successful for next year.
Yes, no, I totally agree with you about this because 2024 was a roller coaster for me and for many people. And I went through personal goals and school and everything. And at some point, everything was going well. But there was some point, like some stages of my life that everything was literally falling apart.
Yeah.
And I've learned that these lessons actually helped me go through a lot. There has to be low stuff happening in your life for you to grow. And I think I'm in a good spot right now, and I want to go even more, improve even more towards the year. Yes.
I also feel like sometimes in the hardest moments, you can always find something you're grateful for. And I feel like that's why me and Tanvi right now, even though some people might look at our lives and they might be like, wow, that's pretty sad. But we still find something we're grateful for because generally together, we always have that.
And honestly, guys, we're having a great time right now.
Like the fact that we're even recording this podcast, we're really grateful for, and we're just really excited for next year. Okay, so now that Tanvi did talk about her lows, why don't you talk about your highs?
Ooh, okay, my highest. So one of my biggest high moments was when I went to concerts. I traveled a lot to new places. I met new people, and I spent a lot of time with my family and friends. And I also improved my study methods. Still need to be improved though, but that was a good part of my life.
That sounds like an amazing year to me. And I think reflecting on 2024 is going to be a great transition to our next part, which is going to be lessons we learned.
Now let's talk about the lessons we're carrying into 2025. For me, one of the biggest lessons was redefining self-love is because it's not just treating yourself occasionally, it's about creating daily practices full of compassion and acceptance.
Yeah, and I feel like this year taught me how to prioritize relationships with myself and others. And I think the biggest lesson I've learned is to not let others' judgment define my self-love. And I do remember looking back, whenever someone said anything negative about me, I would start feeling negative about myself, which only hurt me more in the end. And over time, I realized that people's judgment doesn't really matter, especially if you don't even know them. If you don't know them and they're just saying stuff without any thought, then they're not worth your energy. And that's the lesson I want to carry forward. I'm not going to let anyone define who I am because I know who I am. And I'm not going to let anyone change my happiness, and nobody should ever change your happiness.
Yes. Aw, I agree with that so much because never ever let other people's comments get to you because you know yourself more than anyone does. And I just love that you're focusing on your self-worth because that's amazing. You're supposed to do that especially towards the New Year's. Here's why we're skipping New Year's resolutions. They're too strict, like, oh, this has to be done by March, or oh, I want this to come true by December. And this can build a lot of guilt and burnout if things don't go perfectly, which is not healthy.
Exactly. Resolutions can always feel really pressuring rather than inspiring. Instead of looking at what you want to fix about yourself, focus on how you want to grow. There's a change in that mindset.
Yes, growth isn't about perfection, it's about making small, meaningful changes over time. Instead of resolutions, let's talk about intentions and habits that align with the life that we want to build. Now that we have reflected on 2024, let's focus on reshaping 2025, the best part. This starts with setting intentions instead of goals. Intentions are about why you want to improve or grow in a certain area of your life.
Yes, and we're going to be giving you 3 tips that are creative and unique so you can reshape 2025. Okay, so for our first tip, something fun, a vision board.
Yes, and we have one right here.
Yeah, so what a vision board practically is just a whole bunch of pictures and quotes. So these pictures can be something that you want to accomplish or just your hobbies. And the quotes can be something you resonate with. So what we did here, we have a lot of quotes. We have pictures of some concerts,
Yes.
because Tanvi loves going to concerts. And so it's just something that you can do for fun and you can visualize it. You can put it in your room, look at it every day, and feel inspired to really accomplish these goals. And it's really fun to do.
Yes, we have these quotes like, oh, like happiness, living my best life. We also have self care pictures, traveling, going to your dream destination, graduating, even getting a 1500 on your SAT,
Yeah.
and all these goals that you want to accomplish. And just put it where in your room, for example, and just look at it every day and visualize it. And that's where a vision board comes from.
Yeah.
Tip 2, start a gratitude journal. This is the one thing that I really love because I've been writing down on my journal for the past year now, and it's truly changed my life. It's about looking at the positive side and not the negative side. It's not only about that. This gratitude journal, just write one good thing that happened every day, and you'll start looking at the positive stuff every single day towards your next year. And it could be accomplishing new goals, oh, I had a great meal today, or I hung out with my family today. All these small stuff can change everything.
Yeah, I also agree. I think if it's one tip you are going to take out of this video, I feel like you should genuinely take this tip, because every day we're always constantly struggling with something, and seeing one reminder that you did have a good thing in your life can really help you move forward. And it's important to always stay present, because whether you realize it or not, years just go by faster and faster. This year went by so fast. Next year is going to be, by the time we're going to graduate, it's going to go crazy. So make sure you stay present in everything you do.
Our last and final tip, adjust your intentions and celebrate progress. Life changes, and so should your goals. If something isn't working out, it's okay to pivot. For example, if you want to work out 5 days a week and you've set that goal, but your schedule is too hectic, change it to 3 days a week. You're still doing that same goal, but fitting it to your schedule.
Exactly. And when you are doing this, make sure you celebrate your small wins, because procrastination is within all of us. But when we do overcome that, make sure you celebrate it. I know when I do complete a task, like doing a challenging assignment, I always feel so much better with myself because I actually overcame that procrastination.
Yes, it's all about appreciating the journey and growth along the way.
Or if your intention is to practice self growth, set aside 10 minutes a day from your busy life. This 10 minutes can be prioritizing spending time with your family, eating some good food, or working out. Make sure that you have some time to yourself, because every day you're constantly with other people. Being around yourself can also help you balance out your life.
Yes, it's all about reshaping your mindset. Instead of thinking, oh my God, I need to accomplish this, start thinking, what can I align with the person I want to become right now? Now, Jigisha would like to share our daily quote.
Okay, so the quote of our today is, your life is like a book. Every good and bad experience is a part of the script. And the reason why we picked this quote is, for the next year, we're all going to go through so many challenges. But even though you can't control these challenges, you can control how you feel about them and what you do after these challenges. You have to realize that everything is meant to be and everything happens for a reason. So let's make ourselves stronger to be prone to these challenges.
Yes, Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope this episode inspires you to reflect on your own 2024 and approach 2025 and make it your best year.
Exactly. We really hope that you enjoyed this episode, and thank you so much for listening. We want you to apply the tips that we provided in this episode and use them in your real life. So, yeah,
Until next time,
stay calm within. That's what you're saying. Wait, that was so natural. That was so natural. Just like,